Welcome back to another episode of Beers by the Ivy. Today I'm going to be talking about a little all things sports, but mainly the NFL Week 4. I'm going to go through all the games, kind of the headlines, the storylines of each game that I saw, and then we're going to wrap it up. But yeah, thanks everyone for checking out this video. Please subscribe, at least consider subscribing. I also have merch and stuff in the link below. But let's just jump into it today. I do want to talk about just a few things before we get into Week 4. It's only going to take a second, but I do want to call out the fact that Georgia-Alabama game was just so incredible. And, I don't know where Georgia and Alabama get these receivers, but these guys are just so good. Their ball skills are just incredible. It's one after another. It's start with Julio Jones, and just every year there's some just mega star receiver on both of these squads. And I feel like the Alabama stadium, was it Bear Bryant Stadium? Is that what it is? Was getting a lot of heat for not being a great atmosphere. That was an incredible atmosphere. And like I always say, big time college football will always beat the NFL, but NFL consistently is just better than normal college football. But big time college football, you can't beat it. All right. Another call out. I saw this and I hated it. I'm a Pacers fan. I'm a Pacers fan. Okay, I don't care about the Knicks. I want the Knicks to be good so we could beat them. But I don't care. Why you would trade DiVincenzo makes no sense. What do I talk about all the time on this channel? Culture. How do you win in life? Build a culture. Build a really strong team. Build a strong network. Why you would trade away culture to bring in some asset for your team, it just makes no sense to me. Have culture. Build through culture. That's how you win championships. And then I also got a shout out Indiana University. I went there. So the fact that we're 5-0 with a new coach Signetti, is just incredible. So I got to give a shout out there. All right. Also, I had a commenter. Shout out. I'm not gonna say your name, but shout out the guy who commented asking for Orioles takes. Well, I'm a Cubs fan, so I don't really know anything about the Orioles. But the thing that I like about the Orioles, well, one, they're top of the wild card, which is awesome. You're going to the playoffs, dude. Congratulations, that's incredible. Camden Yards is back in the playoffs, dude. That is freaking awesome. But the other thing I really like about them is they actually bring up their young talent and let these kids perform at the major league level and get better. Versus the Cubs, they hire all these I'm not trying to make this a Cubs rant, but the Cubs they bring in all these free agents to fill spots and holes, and then they got a bunch of dudes in AA and AAA that never get opportunity, and then we end up trading those people, and then those people end up becoming very good players for other squads. So that is super upsetting what the Cubs do, but I love what the Orioles do is, hey, we'll just bring these guys up, see how they do. We'll just keep them up there. We'll just let them learn. Let them learn at the professional level. I love it. The show level, I should say. All right, let's jump into the NFL takes. Once again, I'm going to try to go through each game. I got the scores. I'm just kind of going to go through headlines, things I saw. My watching is I watched the Colts game, and I watched Red Zone. And then I watch the second window games all together too. So I don't see everything, but I see most things, I would say. First game of the week was Cowboys-Giants. And I was actually remarkably impressed by the Giants' performance in want to. And I just feel like they're a quarterback away. Though I sometimes really like Daniel Jones. There's traits about him that I do and I enjoy. I like his intelligence. I mean, I don't like... sometimes he does miss reads. Don't get me wrong. Giants fans, don't throw your computer through a window. I understand he misreads, but I like his general football knowledge and the way he handles the team under center or shotgun. I just like his demeanor out there. And then the Cowboys. I mean, once again, I'll say this a million times, and I'm sorry to be harping on this, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott making $60 million. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with CeeDee Lamb making $40 million. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Micah Parsons making a bunch of money. Because why? That's too much capital on those guys. Your drafts have to be flat out incredible. And Dak Prescott, unfortunately, though he's a really solid quarterback, he's not the elite caliber. Hold on one second. He's not the elite caliber that it takes to beat the top level guys in the National Football League. So that's the problem. You're always going to have a ceiling with the Cowboys. And that just is what it is. They're a first round knockout every year. Sorry to say, it's just going to happen. Okay, next game was Bengals, at least on my list. Bengals-Panthers. Bengals actually showed up. And I don't know if this is a winning team or a losing team. Sometimes I feel like there's so much talk that they don't actually put it together on the field. like when it matters. Like when they actually play like a real team that's like fundamentally great at football, like the Chiefs. Honestly, the Bills is getting there. Baltimore. I mean, I think these teams are fundamentally better at football than the Bengals. I think the Bengals are more like an NBA basketball team, less of a football team. So the question is like, yeah, great win, but once again, like, can you beat the top tier teams? I don't know yet, but I think we all like Burrow and we like Chase and the whole gang, but at the same time, it's like, all right, let's see if you guys can follow up your Super Bowl run from a couple years ago and do it again. Like that's what it matters. That's where it counts. That being said, I thought the Panthers really showed some good fight, and Andy Dalton, shout out him for jumping in and showing veteran leadership and moving that club further forward. Falcons, Saints, definitely one of the best games of the week. I think that, the kicker had the game winner 26-24. I don't really have much to say about it, but solid game. I enjoyed like watching it. Once again, I didn't watch this game, but it was on Red Zone. And I don't believe in either of those teams, to be honest with you. I know everyone's like, oh, the Saints are good. Well, Saints just lost to the Falcons. So how good are the actual Saints? That's what I need to know. And I don't know. I think we still got to be patient with who's great and who's not. I think the Saints are in this middle of the road. Top level, but middle of the top teams is what I would say. Jags, Texans, once again, it's like Trevor Lawrence. How good is Trevor Lawrence? Well, how good's the Jags? Jags could fire their coach. This could actually happen. Jags just lost again in the Texans. If the Jags go abroad and lose both those games, because they got 2 games in Europe in a row, they could fire Doug Peterson in the middle of the season. Because I don't even know what the record is, but it's not good. I can tell you that right now. Let's just look. They're 0-4. Yeah, it's one of the most embarrassing teams of the entire year is the Jags. Because theoretically, like, they should be better than the Colts. And I'm a Colts fan. Yeah, 24-20. That could actually happen. And who are they going to hire? I could see them hiring like a Bill Belichick or someone who's on the sidelines to just finish off the year. That would be crazy. Once again, and also another thing too is like Texans. How good are the Texans? It's the same thing as the Saints. How good are the Texans? Sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't show up. They played a good game against the Colts, and then I don't even know who they played the next week, but they got their ass kicked. Now today they played a pretty good game. But how good are the Texans? Broncos, Jets. Broncos win 10-9 against the Jets. What an embarrassing loss by the Jets. You lost to a rookie quarterback. You have Aaron Rodgers. You have all these star players. And you lose to the Broncos? I mean, shout out the Broncos for sticking in there and playing some heart. I got Bo Nix. I manage my buddy's fantasy team, so I don't I get too addicted to fantasy, but we drafted Bo Nix, and so, anytime I like to check in to see how he's doing, but, solid game, nothing incredible or anything like that, but just solid game, learning his stripes. That's my takeaway, but bad loss for the Jets. Pretty embarrassing, quite frankly. Vikings, Packers. This is why I love football. Vikings are just dominating the Packers all day, and then the Packers make a surge. It's like I made this rant on my TikTok, and I was pretty much talking about why the NFL is incredible is because games like this. A team can be down 3 scores, and then they come back, and then it's a game. Like when the last 3 minutes is just incredible football of one team coming back, and then the last minute is like getting down to like field goals and who's going to win the game, ball positioning, the whole 9 yards. Like football, situational football is what they call it. And yeah, that game did not disappoint. Sam Darnold, like once again, I put the Saints, the Texans, and the Vikings in the same category. Are they good? Are they for real? I still don't know. But it's a damn good win against the Packers with Jordan Love back. Another thing that's interesting, I'm pretty sure Jordan Love's like 0-2 for this season. And Willis, the backup quarterback, is like 2-0. Such an interesting league. Colts, Steelers. Here we go. Woo! All right. Anthony Richardson gets hurt again. You guys know, if you've seen my past videos, that I am not the biggest Anthony Richardson fan. I feel like as a Colts fan, we've been terrible essentially since Luck retired, and we weren't even that good with Luck, quite frankly. And now we have this giant project, and I think he's an awesome kid. I even saw a video of him signing autographs, stopping his truck outside the stadium. I think he's awesome. But if he keeps getting hurt, at what point do you say, let's just get a new quarterback next year. Like, I'm already right now telling you guys, like, if I was the GM, Chris Ballard, I would be drafting a quarterback 100% next year. He constantly gets hurt, and he puts himself in weird ways, and his tape, I haven't dived really into it, but I've just seen pieces of it because I'm just curious. When I'm doing other people's tape, I like to jump on the Colts and just see what's going on. It's just like simple sloppy plays sometimes, and then you have Flacco, who comes in, and he actually looks pretty solid. Why does he look solid? Because Shane Steichen's system's freaking awesome. That's why he looks really solid. Low key, maybe a good fantasy get is Flacco. Put him on your bench. Quarterback gets hurt. He might be pretty serviceable down the road. Just quick side note for your fantasy people. But yeah, I mean, once again, it's Anthony Richardson getting hurt. He's not even playing that great to begin with. And now the Colts, like, we kind of got this other weird season where the roster's, like, pretty decent. And does Flacco, like, is he good? Is he, like, as good as he was last year? Is he terrible? Is he, like, the next Matt Ryan and just completely, implodes? But we got this weird year of, like, a decent roster, but we have no idea where we're going. We have no direction. Well, hopefully Richardson comes back and gets the reps because that's what he freaking needs. Rams, Bears. Oh, my God. Matthew Stafford. Can we get this guy any help? You seen that clip of, like, him on the Lions where he, like, breaks his, like, shoulder or collarbone or something? And he's like, I can go back in. That's, like, one of the best mic'd up of all time. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But I feel like that's what he's doing out here. He's doing everything he can. He's, like, sidearming the ball, changing all the pass protection. I mean, literally trying to put, like, he had a receiver stop mid-route that would have been a first down. And he was just like, dude, like, and he threw the ball in a perfect spot. I mean, just frustrating. Like Cooper Kupp. Puka Nacua, come back. I love Matthew Stafford. And I'm still big on the Rams. I think the Rams make the playoffs. Watch out. Bears, though, solid win. Swift finally broke out. God, I've been waiting for that. Once again, he's like on our fantasy team. That dude's explosive. Caleb Williams looked pretty good. DJ Moore got a touchdown. Not bad. Not bad for the Bears. If you're a Bears fan, I think it's pretty embarrassing last week against the Colts, just a sloppy game. I think you got to feel a lot better about yourself if you're a Bears fan. Buccaneers, Eagles, 33-16. This was an absolute ass kicking. Baker Mayfield, dude, this guy's like reborn. I mean, it's cool. I mean, that offense, dare I say it, in the regular season, probably not in the playoffs, but in the regular season, it's like potent like when Brady was there. I mean, 33 points. I mean, and it was just dominating. The defense is flying around like they used to when Brady was there. How good is the Buccaneers? I don't know. I really don't know. Last week, I think they played really soft. This week, they go out and they just kill it. Team to watch out for, that's for sure, though. And good for Baker, growing up a little bit, playing real solid football. I'm pumped for him, dude. That's awesome. Patriots, 49ers, ass kicking. Patriots are just a bad roster. I think we all know this. 49ers, 30-13. This looked like like one of those like week 1 college football where like Ohio State plays like Eastern Michigan or whatever, Western Michigan, and it's just complete ass kicking. That's what it was. But dude, I'll say I like watching Jacoby Brissett play. I feel like he's just all heart, and he was a Colt, so I like that. Commanders, 42. Cardinals, 14. Are you kidding me? Like, how good are the Commanders? Like, once again, like, I don't even know. Maybe I should, like, quit podcasting because I cannot figure out how good these teams are. But how's a rookie quarterback? I got to look these stats up. Hold on one second. Jaden Daniels, 26 for 30. 30 attempts as a rookie. 233 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Did he get any rushing yards? Yeah. 8 carries, 47 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, if you're asking me, like, if I thought the Commanders are going to be good this year, I would have said no. Like, I would have been like, they're going to be a top 10 pick team. They'll pick, like, 8. And they're out here, like dominating the Cardinals, who I actually thought were going to have a pretty good season. Like, Kyler Murray, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on out there? Like, at what point does that guy, like, truly step up and, like, He's like Dak without the leadership. He's a little more mobile, but he's kind of like Dak without without like the true leadership that Dak has, and I think that's Dak's best trait. I know I was ripping on Dak earlier in the video, but once again, football is a leadership sport. Kyler Murray, 42-14, dude. That coaching staff, what is going on? I'm spacing on his name, but the Commanders' offensive coordinator was the Cardinals' ex-coach, Cliff Kingsbury. There it is. You like that memory? See that? Yeah, I'm pretty smooth there, boys. But yeah, the Commanders, Dan Quinn. I mean, maybe that's just like a great coach team. Maybe that's one of the best coach teams in the NFL, and they're just getting the most out of their players. Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea. All right, Chiefs, Chargers. So the Chiefs to win 17-10. Why does every single team in the NFL look like they have to try so hard against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs like don't look like they're trying and they still win? It's like Patrick Mahomes gets like sacked like 3 times, and like the whole crowd's like going crazy, and it's like, Chargers had so much momentum, and then the next drive, like Patrick Mahomes does the thing where he like fake throws and like ducks his shoulder and then just throws the ball 25 yards downfield on an absolute rope. Xavier Worthy getting a touchdown. Shout out the rookie. But once again, what do we say on this channel? They got the best GM. They got the best offensive coordinator in Andy Reid. They got the best defensive coordinator. Allegedly, they had the best special teams. Can't confirm that, but that's what I've heard. And they got the best quarterback. Hard to lose when you have the best in some of the most important positions in the organization. Wow. And then lastly, Raiders, Browns. Deshaun Watson actually looked pretty good in this game, and he had a touchdown called back. I just want to say that. I feel like he actually had a pretty good game. But the Raiders, let's look at some stat lines real quick here, boys. All right, player stats. Deshaun Watson, 24 for 32, 176, 1 touchdown. Once again, he had a touchdown called back. That was kind of annoying. Gardner Minshew, 14 for 24, 130 yards. Alexander Mattson, who I picked up on fantasy for my buddy this week, 5 carries, 60 yards. Kind of a sloppy old school game. Very much like a Big Ten game from what I saw. Nothing too crazy. No one's stats were that good. I'm pretty sure, Amari Cooper would have had that touchdown. I thought, But yeah, how good are the Browns? How good are the Raiders? Probably both bad teams. Browns 1-3, Raiders 2-2. But both teams had fights, so that's where we're at there. And then in terms of a prediction going into the there's 2 Monday night games. I'm not like a 2 Monday night game guy. I just like, what's the point of having 2 Monday night games? If you're gonna have two Monday night games, why would one be at 7:30 and 8:15? Put one at like 5:30 and then the other one at 8, so you can watch one full game going into the next game. Like, how am I supposed to like watch both games at once? Like, yeah, okay, 2 TVs, but like, come on, dude. Like, it's a Monday night. Like, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. Just game 1, game 2, perfect. Not 7:30 start and 8:15 start. Eastern too. Eastern. All right, Bills Ravens. I expect the Ravens to win this game. They kick off in 2 minutes. But Bills have been playing good. I mean, Bills are playing good. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Who's better? I think it just depends on the day. I think those two are in that next category. You got Mahomes at the top of the mountain. In the next category, you got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I mean, they're that lethal, both of them, and it just depends on that day. I would really like to see either of these two teams win a Super Bowl. I think that'd be cool for Josh Allen and the Bills, and the Bills Mafia is just so badass and so awesome. It's one of the only cultures that is like college football. I think that would be so awesome. And then Ravens, I think it would be really cool for Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl just because he took so much like heat and like slack from like all these people that said like he couldn't play quarterback, and he has been one of the most efficient passers in like the last couple years. and he's been a pretty good decision maker too. And he's an awesome watch. I was talking to Jake about this last week. He'll be on the Wednesday show this week, so check that out. We're gonna do picks. But I was talking to Jake last week about just how smooth Lamar Jackson is, and like sometimes you watch games, and even if like the team isn't good, you like want to watch that one player, and he's that guy. Like their team's good now, but like back when he was like a rookie or whatever, it's like Jane Daniels. Like he's just elusive, and it's just like cool. Like even if the Commanders aren't good, which apparently they might be good, like he's just a fun guy to watch on TV. Like just such a unique football player. All right, and then jumping into the other games, so I got the Ravens, Titans, Dolphins, and this is straight up. Actually, I would even give them the 3 points on the spread, quite frankly. I really think the Ravens are going to win by or it's 2.5, I think. I think the Ravens will win by field goal or more. Titans, Dolphins, God, that game's going to suck. I don't like either of those teams. I don't like Will Levis at all. I don't even know why that was like a game on a Monday night. That's ridiculous. Seahawks, Lions, that's a good game. That's a good game. Give me the Lions straight up. But Seahawks play so tough. They got this running back. Was it Chamberlain? Is that his name? I think I'm butchering it. It's something like that. He's like been a productive back. Really a productive back. But yeah, give me Jared Goff and the Lions. Once again, if I had to pick 3 teams to win the Super Bowl, just like that I would be happy for this year, I think Bills, Ravens, Lions. Either or. I think like that would be freaking awesome. Like a Lions Bills Super Bowl, Lions Ravens Super Bowl. Like that would be so cool because that's like you can't lose. You can't lose there. Everyone there is easy to root for. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. But thanks for checking out another episode of Beers by the Ivy. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then we're also on YouTube. I do like shorts and like mini kind of takes on mini videos on all the different apps like Instagram. You can follow me, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, a little bit of Facebook. You know how it is. But yeah, appreciate the support. I think we have like 63, 64 subscribers, which is just incredible. And I was talking to my buddy about this. Like it's so much easier to get subscribers when you have like, a lot of subscribers, because it's just the assumption that, oh, this must be good content, I'll follow it. But when you have like 63 subscribers, it really takes like an awesome person to just be like, I'll give this kid a shot. I'll give this guy a shot. And if you're out there and you're subscribed, just thank you. And I'm going to keep building this. And really looking forward to what we can do for future football seasons and definitely a baseball season and just getting out and Beers by the Ivy. It's just about having fun and yeah, it's about just being a fan and also remembering the life lessons of sports and hopefully drinking a couple of beers in Wrigleyville as well. Don't forget that. It's the beers in the Beers by the Ivy. All right, guys. Talk soon. Peace.